The International Labor Organization (ILO) recently released a new report on working time and work-life balance worldwide. From the report, it was very clear that the longest working hours were in Southeast countries. Furthermore, the data was extracted from the years before the COVID-19 pandemic hit the world. As per the report, the average work hour was much higher in countries like India, China, and South Korea as compared to countries like the US, Brazil, and France. For example, China and India have seen a steady increase in the annual working hours per worker, especially from 1970–2017 from around 2,000 hours per year to slightly over 2,000, with China clocking in more hours and India is relatively consistent.
On the other hand, South Korea has seen an overall decrease from 1950 until the 1980s. A steep increase was seen from 2,500 per year to well above 2,500. It has quickly dipped to just over 2,000 hours, which is comparable to less than India and China. Thus, it can be said that in the last 50 years or so, study shows that South and East Asia work hours are more in year than Western countries. The ILO study found that South and East Asia have the highest average number of working hours in a week. South Asia records an average number of 49 working hours per week, per worker, and East Asia, 48.8 hours.
It is also important to note the gender difference. In South Asia, the number of working hours per week is 51.5 for men and 40.8 for women. East Asia records 49.4 for men and 48.1 for women. The gap between the average working hours for each gender is more uniform in the case of East Asia, suggesting that there is a lower gender disparity in working hours than in South Asia.
The least number of average working hours in a week are in Northern America and Northern, Western, and Southern Europe. Northern America records an overall average of 37.9 working hours in a week, with 40.1 for men and 35.4 for women. Northern, Western, and Southern Europe record 37.2 hours overall, with the average for men being 40.1 hours and women, 33.8.